Welcome to Ellie Goldsmith's Relationship Flow, and this is a happy birthday soulmate special. My wife, my soulmate, my beloved Masha Goldschmidt, aka Teeny Pop 613, is not on this podcast today. Maybe she'll come on at the end, we'll see. But we are featuring some of her talents as the cover photo, stage the scene, set up the props, change the flow. Check it out at Instagram at Teeny Pop 613. Don't wait to be in the mood. You do it for you. Keep it simple, consistent. Stage your life for living. Yeah, amazing. And she has a lot of beautiful photos there of things that she's doing with her beautiful soul. And recommend checking out her Instagram and following her. You can even say happy birthday. Be a pleasure to hear from all the wonderful people that tune into our Relationship Flow podcast, keeping it real and keeping it sincere. Definitely been a struggle-filled time this last few weeks, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't come together yet to do a podcast. There's just so much going on personally and with the family, and we just need to, when we are together, use that time to work through things and deal with our own emotional challenges, and that's part of where we're at right now. And it's enjoyable and difficult at the same time, which is really one of the keys to understanding the flow of life. I think the concept that my wife, my soulmate at Teeny Pot 613 has come up with of stage your life for living is very realistic and real for our generation 2023, where people overcomplicate, they're not keeping it simple, and they overspend or over budget, or they overthink. And to simplify things and keep it creative seems to be the right flow for our generation, for most people, especially with the Unity Flow projects, which is what I'm doing, Unity Inspire projects at .com, and everything I'm doing, trying to bring together a good range of positive souls. And apologize for any sounds just around our office, and it's part of the flow here. And what we're just asking everyone who tunes in every bi-weekly or so is to give a big birthday blessing. Either, as I said, reach out directly or say it to yourself, and pray for Teeny Pops 613, aka Masha Baschaya. She should have a blessed year and everything good. We're both turning 43, and it's not a whatever day. She's already in her general calendar 43, but she's going to be 43 on Tuesday. Monday night Tuesday is a special day, Zayin Adar, and she shares the same birthday as Moshe Rabbeinu, the first true leader of our people and rabbi for all the generations, and someone who guides us till now. And the Torah is eternal, obviously, so everything that we learn from there has a power. And one of the beautiful concepts is that in every generation there's a spark of Moshe Rabbeinu, there's a spark of our righteous leader inside the soul of all of the Jewish people, and through that we can teach all of humanity the soulful energy. We're going to discuss this more in our Munah Flow podcast as well, Unity Flow. We've been getting a lot of updates with different artists, and what I want to share today is just a big thank you and a happy birthday for everything that I've gone through as a husband and as a soulmate, as a friend, as a bestie. As she said the other day, we're besties, and we had Baruch Hashem, beautiful Shabbos, even though there's challenges during the process, but the mostly Shabbos, making that delicious meal, making it flow with the children, and being able to hopefully work on our relationship in a deeper way. And even when there's ups and downs, we were talking about how there's going to be the idea of broken luchos, the broken aspects of our life, where that's what's going to give us the strength to go into the war, into the battles, into the things that are difficult, and the struggles and the pain and the trauma and all the different things that each of us have gone through, and as together as a couple, and that builds us stronger and stronger. And that's the battlement that we learned from Shlomo Katz this Shabbos. He spoke about the Aaron Kodesh. You specifically go out with the soul, with the connection to the inner place, that inner Kodesh Kadoshim, the inner Holy of Holies, the inner aspects of the soul, and that gives us the power to go ahead and realize that we're soulmates. It's beyond the challenges that we are dealing with, and it's something which I know myself that all of us have to work on this in a real way. That I've said that before, but the idea of being real and being honest with yourself, where you're making mistakes, the words we use, how we connect to each other. It's something we can all work on, and how we respect each other and dedicate time to each other. And so this episode is just a big dedication to all that years and years. Thank God we're married over 21 years now, and all the hours and minutes and prayers and passion and love and moments of pain and difficulty, that all those special moments that a couple go through, especially in the time, a generation where there's such a lack of couples, there's such a lack of unity in the world, there's such a lack of clarity of what it means to have a soulmate. I was speaking to someone out there, I'll mention his name in a minute, but just the concept of how important it is that as much as people are working out, are they compatible, and all the different rules of relationships, and he's got a very clear, good system which is very helpful. But the idea of the soul level is really where we need to work on. And I was asked by Lex Friedman if I want to go out for coffee with him. I had to figure out, what am I passionate about, what am I into? And one of the things that came clear that what I want to introduce to him and to, say, Joe Rogan, if I ever get the opportunity, or any of these people, is the power of soul connection, and the fact that we have values comes from the soul level, and the fact that people like Ben Shapiro or Dr. Peterson, they're all putting out tremendous focus on the soul level, because that's really where the challenge is, and that's where we have to work the most for our generation, because technology is going to be lacking that, and that's the one thing which we can all work on. And the guy who I spoke to, we had a nice meeting, and hopefully we'll follow up with an actual Relationship Flow podcast episode. Glenn Sandifer, he is worth checking out at his glennsandifer.com. He's got some great ideas on relationship flow, and I think that all of us, by communicating more and more about these ideas, will get much further, especially when we go away from some of the confusing concepts of race and gender issues that are going on nowadays, which I think are distracting from the real inner challenge that we all have to deal with, and be responsible for ourselves, and really home in on who we are as people, and work on ourselves, work on our trauma, work on our pain, not just get distracted by the global superficial discussions of how we look physically, which is a very low level of recognition. I mean, one of the points Glenn said is that people are very disconnected from who they are. They're very not aligned, and that is something which he has to deal with as a relationship coach, and that's something which is very challenging. If people are so misaligned, they're so not in tune with their masculine or feminine side, or who they are as people or souls, that's something which we need much more investment of time and effort and awareness. The fact that people are denying the soul even is in itself a massive issue, because if they could see themselves as animals, I was just listening to Zubi's podcast, and this guy had a lot of sensible things to say, but just to see ourselves purely as animals and remove the soul level is just such a haval, such a shame, because there's so much depth and truth, and really it's the only real way that we can get fulfillment and happiness in this world, to tune into the soul level. People claim that they don't have a soul and are happy. I don't really truly believe them, because you can't really come together in relationships, you can't really have an eternal purpose or fulfillment without a soul level that gives the clarification. And so too in relationships, through the soul level, through the fact that we can go beyond what our physical issues are, emotional issues, our practical issues. We know that we're soulmates, and that we need to just keep strong and connect and keep working towards that unification, that united soul level, which I've discussed many times in our United Souls book. Check out the link, we'll put it below in the extract, as well as our Unity bookings website, because we're always looking for you guys to reach out and book those artists, book those speakers, book those people who represent unity, and myself included, trying to keep on that focus and never give up. As challenging things have been, the concept of never giving up, of always having faith in the soul level and the soul connection, this is a key to longevity in relationships, and gives you the larger picture, not to just have a cop-out and just seek out short-term pleasures or short-term needs or short-term distractions. To keep focused takes a lot of energy and dedication. That's something which I'm always trying to work on. Anyway, I want to wish everybody a beautiful Zion Ada. It's coming up this week. It's a very elevated time, just like my wife's soul comes from the same level of Moshe Rabbeinu, a leader, a teacher, a strong soul, a real soul. And she has that name as well. Masha, Moshe is very similar, so it came out very similar day. And her brother as well, twin brother, obviously deep souls who came together and helped me personally come back to my own soul connection through my relationship with them, and it's a big appreciation. So I do apologize again for the sounds. I just want to end off wishing everyone also a happy Purim. I doubt that I'm going to get time to record another episode of Relationship Flow, so next time we'll be speaking probably after Purim, and it will be that will be another week from now, and maybe another 2 weeks. We'll be talking about the preparation towards Pesach and the different spring energy that's in the world, or maybe we'll even do this podcast with Glenn. We'll see where we're at. But until then, tune into the light that's available during this week coming up, because it's also my birthday as well as we get to Purim. So my wife and I are just a week apart, and it's amazing. There's a connection, Moshe, the Zion Adar, and the idea of Purim. So there's a soul connection even in the time, something to look into, in your muzzle and the month you're born and the spiritual state and all the different concepts that come together. So for my wife and I, there's a connection between Purim and Zion Adar, and we see this concept of Moshe and Mordechai and Esther. Mordechai and Esther, the epitome of what it means to be married. If you look into the Megillah in Purim, everyone should open up the Tanakh and see they're the ideal couple of dedication and soul. It goes beyond the physical realities. They weren't even able to be together. She had to be by Achashverosh, and yet their soul connection survived that challenge, and they were able to be the ideal of Shalom Bayis, of what it means to be truly connected beyond the physical realities of life. And then there's the opposite of that, Zeresh and Haman, how they demonstrate all the false things about connection, that it's to do with status and wealth and superficiality and how you look and what people think of you, and all the false things and the lack of joy that came together with Haman and Zeresh. So we have the simcha, we have the joy and the soul connection to really generate true lasting joy, and it's an eternal joy, and that will bind our souls together forever and give us that birthday blessing that my wife, myself, and all of Klal Yisrael, we're all becoming new people this Purim, and a new nation this Pesach. And Purim and Pesach are intrinsically linked. We'll discuss that next time somewhat, and the idea that the soul level is being revealed more and more as we get to the end of days, and it's the only solution to the technological and confusion that goes on in the world. So I recommend everybody to keep tuning into our Relationship Flow, getting that encouragement to be more soulful and to keep developing that connection to your soul and to therefore your soulmate, and to all the souls you're connecting with in life, realizing there's a soul connection that's much deeper than we see on the surface, and to tune and learn the language, learn the understanding of what it means to be a soul. And with that, we'll be blessed with Shalom Bayis, and we'll be blessed with peace in the home and peaceful relationships. And the more we respect that, the more we connect with that, the more we speak about it, the more we strengthen it, and the more we believe that sometimes the difficulties are, or not sometimes, pretty much all the time, they're building us a deeper soul connection, and it brings us to a deeper level of yearning for that true soul connection and not any other way of being. So please God, we'll be blessed with that, and I can't wait to share good news with you in another few weeks of all the blessings that are going to come as we go into this new time period. All the best, and take that holiness of Shovavim, the tikkun that we did, and dance with it on Purim together with your soulmate. Enjoy the time, be happy, and happy Purim. All the best. Thanks for tuning in, and happy birthday at Teeny Pups 613. Stage Your Life for Living. Check it out. Follow now, Instagram. All the best. Give some love. Wow, what a bonus. We have my soulmate, Teeny Pops, aka Masha Goldsmith. So now the Teeny Pops become your name. 613. Yes. Stage Your Life for Living. What are you saying?
I don't know what.
It's your birthday beats now. You have to do some beatboxing.
Right.
So we've had an adventurous day today.
Adventurous.
Yes, we went out into nature somewhat. To local park. Sat on the swings. A little look around our neighbourhood. It was actually very nice.
That was nice. It was a nice breeze and the sun was shining, and
the weather was sweet.
The weather was sweet.
Maybe you want to use your dancing feet.
And we haven't actually had time in a really long time just to do something normal like that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Life's been really intense and busy, so...
Yes, I've mentioned it in the preceding parts to this bonus edition with my soulmate. So tonight is a special night. We mentioned it already.
But yeah.
Yom Yoledet Sameach. Happy days. Happy birthday. You don't mind your age being publicised, 43.
I don't care.
It's a big thing.
I don't
Your
really
Hebrew
care about
birthday.
my age, I don't really feel age.
Feel beyond age. That's a good way of feeling. Someone asked me if I'm feeling old.
I don't feel
old. And I'm
old.
saying I'm unfortunately starting to feel old.
I'll tell you what,
I wasn't, but I am starting to.
I feel old in the sense...
When I'm busy in action and things are kicking off, then I feel young. But when I'm in this more like sort of married, father, well, trying to be a husband, not really succeeding.
I think you feel old because you need to take more care of yourself. I don't think it's got anything to do with anything else.
All right, we'll get into the Healthy Life Edition, Stage Your Life and Vitality, Body and Soul version soon. But until we get to that, what would you want to say for yourself, Stage Your Life, for this 43rd birthday coming up? Tonight. New Year, me in another week from now.
Well, honestly, I think birthdays are overrated. Sorry to say.
No, I agree with that.
I tell you what, I feel like everybody thinks that it's their birthday, they're meant to feel a certain way and do something special, and it gets built up in your mind. And most of the time, people don't actually feel. One's not feeling what they think they're meant to be feeling, and then it becomes like this disappointment. So obviously,
that's generally with all the non-Jewish ways of celebrating.
No, I think
in terms of like Xmas and Thanksgiving and all, it's overhyped. But that's because it's material. But if it's done with a soulful approach,
even in the Jewish world,
as well.
Also been
okay,
everything.
I'm not being racist. I'm just trying to.
It's not. In everything. If
it's done with the right mindset of soulfulness.
Right, but you bet. I was about to say that.
Okay, that's it.
So I'm just saying, but just to be intentional about yourself, and it's not really just on your birthday, but I guess your birthday. I mentioned this to my cousin when she wished me happy birthday and asked if I did anything special, and I told her what I just said, and she agreed, and she said it's just grateful to be alive, grateful to be healthy,
grateful to have a car.
Yeah, grateful for
sitting in the car now.
Grateful for a lot of things.
My sunglasses.
And but
new shoes.
It's very important to
amazing husband.
Remember,
beautiful children.
To know who your soul is, to know what your soul needs, and feed it. And life's really intense.
Yep.
My issue right now is that it's been so busy and so intense, and I haven't really had time for enough time for myself. No, for myself, for my soul, certain things. I mean, probably maybe I do more than other people might, but life, it's like a treadmill. I've been on the treadmill for a long time. That's why I take a day out today, like just sitting on a swing in a park. My car making a sound.
Yeah.
It's simple things. I guess that's what I mean with my stage of life for living. I've spoken about it before, where when people want to sell a property or rent out a property, and they'll stage it and set it up, and I took the concept of stage your life for living, not necessarily your house, but for yourself. But it doesn't have to mean like you have to have lots of money, or you have to. It's like big things. It's like little things. Like I posted on my Instagram, like on Saturday night, I really felt like salsa dip, and I'm like, where am I going to get it now? I was like, I'm just going to make it quickly. Like I had the ingredients, had a bag of Doritos, and it was just nice. Like it was like simple. Maybe for some people making it, but for me, I didn't chop the tomatoes. That was like making it simple. I used a thing of like ready-made chopped tomatoes. But what I'm saying is just little things. Even when you like wash your face nice at night and put on your moisturizer, and you're intentional about it, and you imagine you're in like a spa or a salon, and just little things, setting up, making your breakfast bowl look nice, or your plate, and whatever little things, just where you just to do things like that. So I feel is very important, at least like once a day, to do something where you're staging your life for living.
I think that's beautiful, and it's just another reason why I'm so blessed to have you as a wife and a soulmate. And
so we
share
went to
all
the
these
park
moments.
and we were like,
yeah.
this is, we were,
and we experienced that.
It was just a local park, but the view was lovely and the weather was lovely, and we sat on a swing and we just connected to each other's souls in a more natural environment.
So thank God the weather was beautiful today. It really made a difference.
Yeah.
It's that spring vibe about to happen.
It always brings like a bounce to one's feet a bit.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not feeling so well today.
We hope you feel well, and we hope you have a beautiful, blessed year. And everyone who listens, because there are people listening, it should be blessed for the good, for the blessing.
One of the main things I think
Everything
is important
you
I
need.
want to say in terms of soul is that I've mentioned it to you on Shabbos morning, and we kind of lost track because just life was a bit intense. So even though it's only been a few days, but like I'm really making sure we're connecting to the souls of each other, because you're out the whole day, you come back at night, and I wake up early and I fall asleep quite early, and then and then life's just about like maintenance and kids and house and chores and work and all that kind of stuff, and just to sit and listen to music together that we like just intentionally do. That's also a stage of life of living where just intentionally we just put on some music or to create a scene for ourselves that can just connect to the soul. And then kind of, it sounds silly, but we always love each other, and you're deeply soulmates and stuff, but life is so intense, and you start to then
you have
get
to
angry
be
with
more
bothered and
intentional.
angry with each
Definitely.
other, and you need to do little things to kind of remind you. With us, music is something that's very important for us that we listen to and connect on. And on Friday morning I was like baking, and I put on music, and not that I need to be reminded why I love you, but it connected me to a part of my soul and myself that is connected to you.
And I felt it as soon as I got in the car, which was actually right outside where we are now.
It didn't last very long, but
those moments, that's the point. You're touching base as souls.
Touching base.
Like even intimacy, it's not like a long thing. It's a moment in time.
Timeless though. Doesn't have time.
It has an infinite connection, and that moment of connection is infinite. And that's what it's about. It's building those moments in the week, in the daily grind. And especially when you have the weekend, like we have a meaningful day like Shabbos, which is a disconnect to reconnect. We're not on these phones. We're able to tune into a more soulful level, and that's really, really important.
Yeah, like on Shabbos morning, we don't have the phones. We don't have to run out, and when we both wake up early, because our body clock just wakes up early, and then we have time to have a coffee together and just talk. And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and I do think that this new year is going to be a blessing for us. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah. Oh, it's locked.
It's just a matter of time before it all manifests.
Right.
It will unlock soon. We're a bit early.
We've had a very nice day. We just chose today because we just really haven't had enough time together, and
it's nice to have you on the podcast. So I'm going to post this as the bonus, and please God, we'll be back in a few weeks. Talk about the next time of our life. Hopefully it'll be even better news and better energy, because it's a growth process. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Happy birthday.